Hi, I'm Ron Price, back with another segment of Play Nice in your sandbox at work. Hope you've been with us before. We've been covering 4 ways to prevent conflict. That's the PLAY acronym. Now we're looking at the 4 ways to deal with conflict, to manage it productively so that once the conflict is resolved, you can still go out to dinner with the other person or socialize with them, have a relationship with them. The conflict has not destroyed the relationship. So last time we talked about the N, which is negotiate with, not against the other person. Focus on the problem as the problem, not each other. Today we want to look at the I, which is interests matter, not positions. When you're in a dispute with someone, so easy to get into the I want this, I want this. Well, folks, sometimes there's only enough this to go around, or I should say not enough this, and you can't each have what you want. So what I'm suggesting here is get off that position and ask each other the shortest question in the English language, the question that we hate to hear from toddlers. Can you guess what it is? Why? Why do you want whatever it is you're asking for? What would it do for you if I grant your wish and give you what you're seeking? And folks, listen carefully for the answer, because the answer to that question will give you their real interests, not just the position. Let me tell you a quick story. 2 guys in a college library. They're studying for exams. All of a sudden, one guy gets up, he opens a window. A guy seated nearby shortly thereafter gets up and closes the window. Guy number 1 gets up a little while later, opens the window. You guessed it, guy number 2 gets up and closes the window. This brings the attention of the librarian, who comes over to find out what's going on. She turns to the first guy and says, "What's going on?" He says, "I want the window open." Turns to the second guy, "What's going on?" "I want the window closed." Folks, those are positions. I want this, I want that. The very smart librarian asked again that shortest, oftentimes most annoying question, "Why do you want the window open?" And the guy said, "You know, it's getting stuffy in here. I'm starting to fall asleep. I can't afford to do that. I got to study. I need some fresh air." Okay. She turns to the second guy. "Why do you want the window closed?" "Well, I'm feeling a draft from the window. I can't afford to get sick. I need the window closed." So you see what I'm saying? Now the librarian knows not just their positions of I want the window open, I want the window closed. She knows why. She knows their real interests. So she says to him, "Go back where you were. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to close that window. I'm going to open a window in the adjacent room. If necessary, we'll put on a fan so you'll have your fresh air, you won't have your draft, and I'll have peace and quiet." Folks, I'm telling you, we get stuck on positions so often in conflict situations, and virtually they're unresolvable if we stick to those positions. If we can somehow get to the real interests, then we have a much better chance of resolving it. Let me give you one other thought too, by the way. Make sure you both speak in the same language. I'll tell you real quickly, it's in the book, by the way, Play Nice in Your Sandbox at Work. I was a landman several years ago, and I called a lady telling her that her property had been released. She said it wasn't. I said, "Yes, it was." She said, "No, it wasn't." We started to get not really heated, but a little upset with each other until I realized her definition of released was different than mine. I was saying released as in her lease had been let go. She was thinking released as in it had already been leased again. Once we got through that, we were able to negotiate together and resolve our conflict. Folks, again, conflicts in life are inevitable. We're going to have them. Damaged relationships are optional. If you'll focus on real interests, you're going to find yourself resolving disputes much more productively, I promise. Give it a try.